Alright, I know I'm a little bit late on this, but I just saw the latest Disney Pixar film, Luca, which, yeah, it's been a little bit of a while since I saw a Disney Pixar film. So, yeah, I never saw Soul, I was tempted to see it, but it didn't seem up my eye. This one did, though, Sing 6. Seemed a little bit more different, as this is just something I'm gonna say. I'm getting a bit sick of Disney the Pixar films basically all looking the same, and it's the same with other companies as well. Even going as far as Illumination, their human characters all seem to look alike, and their worlds seem to look similar. Though this one, it sinks part of it. The film takes place obviously under the sea. I thought maybe it'll be a bit more visually different, although the bits under the sea are very minuscule. But yeah, I will be spoiling some bits of this film, so I'll talk about the non-spoiler stuff to begin with, and then get on to more major stuff. So, Luca is a film about Luca, our main character, who is a monster, although they're never really given a name other than just a sea monster, and one day he meets this other sea monster called Alberto, who lives on a bit of land just above the sea, and he brings Luca with him one day, and Luca discovers that, hey, he turns into a human when he's on dry land, which is never actually explained in the film. Yeah, it's never explained in the film why this is. Although, to be honest, I'm kind of glad it didn't explain. It's just like, it's just something you've just got to accept. This just happens. And I'm glad because I guess it is obviously necessary for the plot, but it's not something that really needs to have a super long explanation. Because part of me was thinking, are they going to do a huge explanation about it? But they didn't. It's just something that just happens that you just have to accept. It's also nice that they did actually get, a kid, well, a preteen, to actually voice the actual kid character, so they do sound like kids and not just adults. Jacob Th- Turbely? Again, this is someone who is dyslexic who can't read names for shit. But he did a really good performance as Luca, and I think he got across obviously the innocence of him and the whole everything is new. I mean, I know, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but it's a fish out of water story, and you can hear the drum roll in the background. Yeah, I know, but this is probably one of the most fish out of water stories, because it is literally a fish out of water. I know. But screw it, I'm gonna have to start going into proper spoilers for this. So if you haven't seen the movie, bottom line is I do recommend it. So Alberto is an interesting character in that he goes on about how his dad taught him about humans, and we can assume that his dad is another sea monster. He never talks about his mother, and his dad one day just left him on his own. The thing is, though, this is only brought up once later on in the plot. It's brought up initially to basically give Alberto a reason for basically knowing that they turn into basically humans when they're on dry land and they're not in water. Though if they do get wet on dry land, for example, if it rains or something, then they obviously, turn back into their sea monster form. But Alberto's dad is not important at all to the plot. I thought it was going to turn out that Alberto's father was going to be living in the town somewhere and he was going to pop up at the end, but no, that didn't happen. And there was no mention of Alberto's mother either. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it didn't do the cliche of, oh, his father was there the whole time and proud of him, but nah. This film also does, this is something I will complain about, this film does do basically exactly what you think it's going to do. Like, the film's plot is very predictable. You know exactly where it is going to go. in this film, basically. So as soon as you start watching it, yeah. So Luca and Alberto basically dream of getting a motor scooter called a vet, and I can't pronounce the name of that either. They dream of getting this basically motor scooter, which they believe, will take them all across the world and go anywhere. And in order to do this, they end up going into the humans' town, mainly because Luca's parents find out that he's been spending time obviously on the surface, and are going to send him down to the deep, so he basically runs away with Alberto to basically, get away. And they have to win a race where they have to swim in the sea, which again, not exactly the best idea, and also finish enough pasta in the fastest time, and then also finish off with a bike ride round. Now, our villain is just crap in this. I will give it this, though. I will give it this. Thank fuck it is not a surprise villain, because, God, Disney and Pixar, Disney especially, love doing the surprise villain in the last 15 minutes of the film. So, at least the villain is, he is a villain. He is very a one-note villain. He's basically this Italian guy who's basically, he's just an arsehole. He's also a little bit psychopathic. Yeah, he flat out just tries to kill Luca and Alberto at one point, and also the same with other people. And no one really batters an eyelid at him. But yeah, I wish that would have been explored a bit, because he never gets to go into full, crazy mode, I guess. But the villain of this film is pretty pathetic and pretty weak. But I will say, at least he was a villain. I got his character straight away, and it wasn't the typical, who could the villain possibly be? No, it's this guy who, to be honest, is more of just an annoyance to the characters than anything else. He's less of the big threat. He's more of just the opponent they have to beat in the race, which is also apparently meant for 16 and under, and the villain, who is clearly probably in his 20s or 30s, just keeps lying about his age, and clearly, everyone is aware of it, but they just accept it because, they're scared of him. Yeah, they also make out that the whole town is scared of him. Why is the whole town scared of one person? He has two, cronies who follow him about. But literally, why is the whole town... they say the whole town is just like, yeah, they're scared of this guy, which is why they always agree with him and say that they like him. It's like, why? That was just something that just made me just kind of just roll my eyes at that. And this film also does this is the point in the film at the end of the second act where we have to have the characters fall out with each other. And it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, the fallout doesn't last that long, so there's that, but it does end up feeling a bit kind of pointless, really. It does feel a little bit forced. But yeah, the fallout happens is because in the town, Luca and Alberto find a friend called Julia. And Julia is a human girl who has entered the race and never won the race before, and is apparently thrown up because of eating the pasta and then biking it around the race. She apparently throws up every time, so they agree to, join as a team, and there's a lot of training going throughout it. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, what does, for me, save the film is the characters in this. Luca and Alberto and Julia are definitely the thing that holds the film together, and it does, make the film is really good. Also, something that was interesting is that Julia's father is a fisherman. Now, and the weird thing is, Antonio and Luca actually help Julia's father go fishing in order to basically help pay for the entry fee for the race. And the weird thing is, I thought that they were going to go down the route of, the humans kill and eat fish, and it's all evil. And no, Luca and Alberto don't really seem bothered at all that the humans, eat, just like regular fish. Obviously, they're scared of them, killing and eating /eating, them as sea monsters, but regular, fish like cod or mackerel or whatever, yeah, they don't seem bothered about killing them. In fact, they actually help since, obviously, they're sea creatures themselves. They know where the fish are. So, yeah, that was an interesting angle that they went about that, because at the start of the film, we see Luca, talking and sort of guiding the other fish. The other fish are kind of, obviously don't have, the intelligence that the sea monsters do, but, I would have thought Luca would have had some objection to Julia's father killing fish, but no, he is just obviously, fearful of his own life in this. And I will say the animation is top notch. It is, I mean, it's Pixar, of course it is. And also the transitions that they do between Luca and Alberto becoming human and obviously their sea monster form is pretty good. It is nicely done and seamless. Also, how come Pixar films are in true 4K, yet Disney films aren't? They still aren't. I honestly don't know why. Why did Pixar go to the extra effort and Disney, who owns Pixar, don't? But there we go. But yeah, it is the characterization, and there does have the bit of not really a love triangle, but more of a friend triangle kind of thing, because Antonio does get a bit annoyed that Luca is spending more time on his own with Julia, but it's not really. I'm glad that they didn't go down it's because it's a love interest thing. There isn't a love interest between them. It's mainly because Luca is just fascinated by the world and particularly by space. And he's actually wanting to go to school. When Julia talks about all the stuff she learns at school, Luca actually, wants to go to school. Which, to be fair, that is a better, reason than just, they're in love. There we go. So I can kind of see why it is, and Antonio does feel a bit neglected in that regard. But yeah, also we have Luca's parents who come up from the sea and actually go looking for him in the town, and it takes them a few days to actually recognize him in human form. They spend literally a day or two just literally chucking water at several of the kids in the town, or trying to get them wet just to see which one of them is a sea monster. Just like, come on, couldn't you recognise him? I mean, I know, he'll look different in his human form, but still though, his features and that, there's still telltale signs, but okay. Fine. And then obviously we have, the climax bit where Luca manages to basically win the race pretty much on his own, essentially. Yeah. He manages to do the swimming bit by actually borrowing a diving suit that Antonio had, and is basically an old-fashioned diver's suit that, yeah, okay. But there's a point where the diving suit, the glass actually cracks, and obviously, he becomes his sea monster form. And literally, when he comes out of the water, he has to duck under. But it's like, how the fuck did no one see him then? He comes out of the water, and you can clearly see he is in his sea monster form, but he ducks, he ducks under, and just like, how did no one sing? Or did no one, batter an eyelid at that? But okay, I guess. And he manages to eat, all the pasta in a pretty decent time. Like, honestly, it took Antonio, quite a while to master the fact that, twisting the fork to twist spaghetti pasta round it. It's like, yeah, okay, but then there's the bike section, and Luca surprisingly manages to become pretty good at riding a bike and pretty quick at riding it. Again, very quickly. It's not really shown how much time has passed, but I'm assuming this film takes place probably... When they get to the town, I'm assuming the film probably takes place over the course of maybe a week or something like that. It's not really explaining how long it is. I mean, there's a couple of montages in there, but maybe it's a couple of weeks. But yeah, he gets very good very quickly at riding a bike. And then obviously we have to have our villain Deus Ex Machina thing, where it starts raining, which, yeah, Luca didn't really anticipate that. But Antonio comes running at him with an umbrella. But obviously, since Antonio's in the rain, then, yeah, everyone sees him as a sea monster. And the villain, just flat out just tries to start killing them. Yeah, there is a quite nice bike chase. And at least it does give everyone, a chance to actually do something. For example, obviously, we had Antonio giving Luca the umbrella, which he never quite got to. He literally got feet away, but Luca just decides to go, fuck it, and rescues Antonio from basically being killed from our villain. And then finally we have Julia, who literally smashes her bike into our villain's bike. And I know our villain has a name, but to be honest, I could never remember it. So I just call him the villain, because that's basically his character. He is just our antagonist. And there we go, but... And then we get, obviously, our whole typical scene of, everyone sees them for who they truly are. But, to be fair, though, it's Julia's father, and I've seen in a lot of cases in film, Julia's father, would be angry at Julia and there'll be a thing. But no, Julia's father is actually the one who calms the crowd. Because Julia's father recognises them and knows who they are. So yeah, I quite like that it's not actually Julia who has to convince her father, that, hey, this is, Luca and Antonio and they're still the same, they're good. And no, it's actually her father who actually got... And I've been calling him Antonio and his name is bloody Alberto. Can you see how bad I am at shit like this? It's Alberto. What the fuck have I been saying for this entire time? I've literally just checked... I was literally checking my notes and I was thinking, have I been saying the wrong name? And I have, because I misspell things when I do notes, because, yay, that's it. But, yeah, I do quite... I like the fact that, her father, who lost his arm, and it's never really... He makes a joke saying it was a sea monster that lost his arm, but then he says, no, he was just born this way. Again, I don't know why this felt like an unnecessary thing to just have him, be one-armed, but okay. The ending, though, I do quite like. I do quite like the ending of this. So, obviously, there's a scene where, obviously, they have not quite in the best condition, but they do manage to pay for their motor scooter. But, and then we have a scene with them, both families, human and sea monster, tucking into a dinner. And, the film could end there, but no, we do have an extra scene where Alberto actually sells the motor scooter. He does sell it. Yeah, he sells it in order for Luca to actually, go to school. Now, the townspeople are all alright, you know, with Luca as is, but the school, would the school be alright? But I guess the school is fine with it, because we do see in the credits at the end, there's some nice bits of drawn animatics and artwork in the credits that at one point Luca puts his hand into a fishbowl for some reason, and the class is like, ooh. So I guess the school knows and is fine with it, I guess. So, okay. Great. But it is quite a nice, you know, little touching scene. And I do like the fact that Luca's parents, you know, do go through a little bit of an arc. We've got, obviously, the overprotectiveness and that at the beginning. Also, I do quite like the granny character, who... Luca's granny, she doesn't get much screen time, but it's pretty obvious at the beginning that, yeah, she has been to the surface world. And the reveal at the end was, yeah, not surprising. Again, you can kind of predict where everything is going to go in this film. It's more about the journey itself and the characters that go throughout, but it is quite a nice touching scene where, you know, the characters and that all depart, they don't all stay together. So that was quite nice that, you know, they do let them go their separate journeys. Obviously, they will meet up again during summer and that, but yeah, they do let them go their separate ways. And even Julia's father actually lets Alberto stay with him, and they actually, you know, go out fishing again and do stuff. So yeah, overall, this film I did really enjoy it, and you know what? I'll go as far to say I'll probably buy this on 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, I'll probably buy this on 4K Blu-ray. There we go, I said. Although, please don't... Disney, please don't do what you did with Sing and make it so that in the UK you have to buy the Steelbook, which is obviously limited, in order to get the bonus disc, because you did that with Sing. Why the fuck did you do that in the UK? Yet in the US you just have to buy the regular 4K Blu-ray. Again, why do you have to buy the most expensive version, Disney, to get the bonus disc? Come on. Taking the piss, but anyway, I digress. Luca, I did really enjoy this film, and yeah, I don't know if it's the best film I've seen this year, because, you know, obviously there hasn't been that many, and obviously there are others to hopefully come, but yeah, I did really enjoy this one, and I do highly recommend it. Anyway, I've rabbited on long enough in this video, so I'll see you next time. Bye bye.